Hello guys, we're gonna do another mission today called Cutting the Cord.
Starfleet Intelligence has completed its analysis of the data you recovered in the Nopata system. There is a 67.47% chance that the Iconians are using the Tal Shiar as a way to influence the Romulan Star Empire, and that their persecution of the Remans is directly related to this. Command is considering lending assistance to Obisek and his forces, but before we come into direct conflict with the Romulans, we want to try a more discreet approach. The data indicates that Hakiv is operating out of the Brea system. Long-range sensor scans indicate that there may be a major Tal Shiar installation there. We want you to infiltrate this system, apprehend Hakiv, and destroy the Tal Shiar's base. Hakiv must not escape. He may be the only person who knows how extensive the Iconian influence in Romulan space is.
Alright, and we get a reward of tractor beam mine launchers or a career-specific rare kit Mark 11 kit
I have
module
new
reward.
missions for you.
But let's go ahead and transport straight there.
We have arrived in the Brea system. Preliminary scans show automated defenses and a handful of Romulan ships, most likely Tal Shiar vessels. If we're going to reach that planet and beam down safely, we'll have to breach the Romulan defenses. The weapons platforms are probably short range, but we must disable the satellites and any enemy ships in orbit, or any away team that we send to the planet will be in immediate danger. Tactically, it would be wise to draw off the ships and engage them separately from the fixed defenses. The Zedenia is prepared to assist you in the attack when you are ready.
Enemy vessel, you are in Romulan space. Leave immediately, or you will be destroyed.
Alrighty. Now if you're tactical, you can turn half of these turrets to your favor.
Long-range sensors show that Tal Shiar reinforcements are closing on this location. We must be swift. The Tal Shiar base is mobilizing. We need to hurry if we're going to have any chance to find Hakiv and his Iconian connections. I'll meet you on the surface. We have a problem. The Tal Shiar are trying to jam transporters, and particle leakage from the strange technology here is affecting our targeting sensors. My scientists can't identify the type of particles yet, but several of my troops are reporting in from different locations. Transporters are being diverted. You're on your own for the moment. My scans show that the Tal Shiar have secured some areas of this base with force fields. You'll have to disable them, or find ways around them. Hakiv will be somewhere well defended, but we have him cornered now.
Sir, I'm having some trouble getting through all of the interference. Away team members are reporting in from all over. I'll try to keep in contact, sir, and will organize beachhead teams where possible. Once the team assembles, they may be able to use site-to-site transport to provide you with reinforcements. Let's get this party started. Looks like the Tal Shiar are using force fields and construction supplies to choke off access points. They must have detected us in orbit, and they've put the base on the emergency lockdown. Our orbital scans show that a lot of these buildings have catwalks and balconies. You may be able to use these to get over some of the walls and barricades. Some of our tactical teams made it to the surface and with beachhead equipment. You may be able to get support from them. Romulan ships will be here soon, though, so we'll have to raise the Dauntless' shields and won't be able to use transporters. Good luck, Admiral. Let's get going. Let's get going. Alright. Spatial charge. That's the first charge, sir. I've downloaded virtual markers for your HUD that will show you where to go place additional charges. Well, I don't need the virtual guide. I've done this so many times, it's not funny. Oops. Sir, Romulans are massing reserves in multiple locations around the base. The Dauntless is in synchronous orbit, Captain. We can provide fire support if you supply target coordinates. Call for orbital fire from high vantage points. Optional. Well, we're gonna do that because it's an accolade. Not that acolytes give you anything in this game, but still nice to get them. Here's the first orbital that's, orbital strike. Spatial charge. Alrighty then. Get my R&D anomaly first. Spatial charge. Alrighty. Any loot? No loot. Alright, scan for Hakeev. Hakeev's in a promenade outside of the building southwest of your location, but you're separated from him by one of those force fields. There's an access gate on the walkway, but you'll need to disable the force field if you create a massive power draw at one of the other larger facilities. It should temporarily disrupt the field. If you get back on the rooftops, it will give you a better vantage point. We're fixing to have another accolade. Sir, Hakeev's in a reinforced section of the base. You'll need an access. You know what? shooting Romulans in a barrel. Now, if you skip through the dialogue, all you gotta do is hit the Scorpion fighter that was sitting there where all that fire is now. Anyway, Sir Hakeem's in a reinforced section of the base. You'll need to access ship or else the doors won't open. We're reading a forward observer team on the highest building in your area. If you can get the officer's access chip, that should get you into the heart of the base. Now, here comes the engineering accolade. If you are an engineer, right here, where these two poles are, there's a console right there. You have to activate that and before this Scorpion fighter here destroys it. Right. Now the reason why I damaged that shuttle, that Scorpion fighter so bad is because it's supposed to fly off and crash because of all the damage. It just destroyed the console area, which is why you gotta run and hurry up and do it when you first get up here. See? It crashed. Rounded. Alright. And right here is your second orbital bombardment. Sorry. I'll get it right. Love the smell of dead Romulan in the morning. Accolade, death from above. You should be able to use the officer's ID chip to bypass the security lock on the access gate in front of the central plaza. Hakeem is directing defense operations from there. Now, if anybody has any questions on what kit modules and stuff that I use, please post your question in the comments, and I will be happy to give you a list. I'm a little unorthodox with how I build stuff, so sometimes it's cookie cutter, sometimes it isn't. We have a problem up here, Admiral. Over the past few minutes, the ship has started to suffer a series of cascading system failures. It's nothing serious yet, but it looks like we're being hit by a Iconian virus. We'll purge the computer memory and restore the archives, but that will take some time, and we'll continue to have system problems until the work is complete. Even if it works, Hakeem can simply send another virus our way. You'll need to find and destroy the Iconian transmitter before the Dauntless will be set secure, sir. Defeat Hakeem and locate and destroy the Iconian technology.
None of this matters. We just need to open the gate. Bring the Iconians here, and it will be over.
That was Taurus's plan. You saw how that ended.
We finally have the opportunity. Victory is within our grasp.
You call this victory? It's over. This is done. You're done.
No, we can still finish. You're the cause of all of this. You don't even understand what you walked into. You're too late to stop it. A lowly being such as yourself cannot even recognize the true power the Iconians represent. And that any future
I do highly recommend that you play the Romulan storyline because this ending scene is just a tad bit different. Speak with Ovasek.
The road to Riemann independence will be long and bloody, but this is a significant step. While I do not seek your approval of my methods, the crossing of our paths has been fortuitous. It's a pity you cannot aid us further in our liberation. You have my respect, and the respect of my crew. If in the future we encounter one another again as allies, I would find this gratifying. I must return to the Zedinia. I recommend you finish what you came to do and leave quickly.
We've located the Iconian computer systems in the research room near the courtyard. Just back the way you came. Well, here's the science accolade. Go to this door here. Science. Upload worm to Iconian program. You get an accolade for your science. You get an accolade for your engineering and your tactical too. There's a little Iconian gateway. The Arch. It's a huge Iconian gate. Sir, we have your coordinates, but we can't beam you up until the gate is destroyed. We're still getting strange interference. We are prepared to destroy the large Iconian gate with an orbital bombardment. We'll target the warhead yield, but you should get to an area away from the blast.
I'm trying to hold her off, but the Zedinia is no match for a ship of that class. You'd better return to your vessel quickly.
Enemies of the Romulan people, this insurrection will not stand. Your hostile actions against a Romulan colony world are acts of war. Surrender now, and you and your crews will be treated fairly as prisoners.
We have our work cut out for us. I will assist you. After all, we face a common foe. ship coming through. Can't get a sensor lock on it. They're taking the Leoval in tow. They're heading back through the gate.
If that was another Iconian gateway, that explains how they moved entire fleets. We have to get out of Romulan space and warn Starfleet Command. The Romulan threat may be over, but for now. But it looks like a bigger threat is looming in the horizon.
Starfleet will continue the search for Seela's vessel, but as of right now, we have no idea where the Iconians took her, or if she went willingly. I find this turn of events disturbing. Seela's absence will throw the Romulan Star Empire into even greater chaos. We have found that the Romulans are at their most dangerous when their backs are against the wall. Like wounded Sailot cats, they will strike out at anyone in reach, and the Federation may bear the brunt of their fury. The return of the Iconians could change everything.
Alright, I'm gonna get this.
I have new missions.
And we're gonna go ahead and do Darkness Before the Dawn as well.
The Federation has offered the Riemann Resistance humanitarian aid, and we are working with them to find diplomatic solutions to their disputes with the Romulans. Obasek has asked to speak with you. You can meet his ship in the Hakona system. And once again, please accept my congratulations on a job well done. I have new...
Go ahead and go to the Hakona system.
I fight for my people. We will be free.
Now you can ask him all these questions if you want, but I'm going to go straight to the punchline. I don't have any more questions.
Farewell, my friend. I would welcome the chance to fight by your side again. We...
Captain Obasek transported something for you to the Dauntless. He said he wanted to give you something and remind you of your old friends and new beginnings. I've taken the liberty of having the item moved to the crew lounge. You can see it there. And that's it. Thanks, guys.